Hey everyone, welcome to Inside the AI. I have a great video for you. I think this is going to add a lot of value to someone who works in HR, human resources, and you have to deal with a lot of job postings, finding new candidates, and even searching your old database. I'm going to explain what this is step by step, and then I'm going to show you the sheets that I'm using. But first, let's break down how this works. So the way this works, the way this workflow is going to work is you are a person right here and you are working in HR. You're posting multiple job listings. Okay. So here we have multiple job listings. You have one, two, three, four. You can have multiple jobs, and we categorize them as job IDs. So you could have an engineer, you can have an analyst, you can have the operations. There's so many different jobs you can have in this location. When you create the spreadsheet with all the jobs and the information you need across the board, description, and all that information, it's going to post each job in its respective location. So that's going to be on your website. It could be on a survey, but this is what this is going to do. It's going to take that long list of different Google Sheets and the rows, and it's going to post jobs based off of what you've provided it. So now that we have multiple jobs created, the next thing we're going to have is here we have all the job applicants. So once we have the jobs posted, we're going to receive the applications for that job. When we have those applications come in, we're going to send all the applications to one database. And what this is going to do is it's going to allow you to cross check different departments to see if someone is more efficient or just didn't make the resume properly and could be a better fit for a different role. So it's going to load that into one database, but not only is it going to check that, it's going to load the database into a past database. And now we're going to really be able to call our old applicants. We may have people in our old database that could be the better fit for the role. So now we're going to combine those. And then what we're going to do is through that agent, we're going to create a report. And the report that's going to be, it's not going to be an essential report, but you can ask it questions. You can ask it, provide me the last 3 applicants for this role. It'll do that for you. You can say, provide the best applicants for this role. Whatever you want, it's going to do that for you based off of every person who's ever applied for the role. I hope that makes sense, and I hope this provides value to you. So before we start, I do want to mention we do have a Patreon. Go ahead and join this Patreon. What I'm going to start doing, I'm going to start posting documents here that will help you on your journey of AI and also n8n. I'm going to start shifting towards actual AI model building. And I want to get a little deeper into technical skills. So I'm going to do a little bit both of n8n along with actual technical AI engineering. Not only should you join this Patreon, but if you request access to this Google Drive, I'll give you access where you can see all of the documents that I've had. So you can see every JSON that I have, every video that I have it here. And you can just go here and download it 100% free and join the community. So don't forget, like and subscribe. It really does help the channel. I appreciate everyone for watching. Let's jump in and I'm going to show you step by step how this works. And then I'll show you in detail what nodes are doing what. So the first node is very simple. This is the Telegram. You're going to use Telegram, but essentially you could change this out. You could use your Gmail, you could use your email, Telegram, you could use Telegram, Slack. There's many different things you could use as the input. That input is going to get sent to an agent, and then we have our Pine Cone vector store. And that Pine Cone vector store is where we have all of our resumes. So every resume that's ever been created that has been sent to you, you have it loaded here. And we have also used an AI to analyze it. This is very important because the AI is going to analyze it to give you the best fits for what roles they've applied for. Once you do that, it's going to push out the information on whatever means you've provided it. You can ask it for an email summary. You can ask it for a detailed report. There's many things that you can do with this. So with this workflow completed, there's a couple of workflows you need to have done so that this could work. This is just a basic AI agent. There's nothing special about this. But where the special sauce comes into play is the CV analysis workflow. This workflow, it is a add-on from a different video. I have another video. I'll link it in the description above. It's going to come in somewhere in the video. But what this did was it took one person's resume. So if you had one job posted and you had people applying for that one job, it would analyze the best candidate for it. But in the Patreon account that we've started, I had a request that what if you had multiple jobs and now you have multiple applicants for those jobs? Could you assess who has the better resume for whichever role and then cross match them across the board? And that's what this does. It doesn't create that for you. It creates the database of all the people who have been analyzed for the roles that they've been submitted for. So let's look into this. I'll lean in a little bit more. So it's going to start over here with a webhook of whatever you have your job posting. So if you have your job posting posted on a website, it's going to pull in the applicants as they post those jobs. That information is sent to the Google Sheet. Google Sheet sends it to a loop. So now this is important, right? So now this is an important aspect so that we could capture every job that we post and every resume that comes in. We have to go row by row. And I'll explain how that works. Essentially, what we've done is we've created a column in which we could just say, read this or don't read this. And it will skip through some of them so it can go faster. That information is sent to a PDF extractor that then is analyzed by AI. That information is merged, and then another AI is going to analyze it. All of this uses ChatGPT. However, you can change the OpenAI and change it to whatever you'd like. You can change this to a different model if that's what you want to do, but you can use OpenAI. It works properly. Then the last thing you do is you analyze this and you're sending the information to another AI that is an HR expert, and that information is sent to your Google Sheet. Once that role or that one applicant is completed, workflow tells you to go back to the beginning so that you can get the next row in the column, and it goes through that same workflow, and then it gets the next row, and it will continue through each row until it's completed. Once that's complete and you have this done, what's going to happen is this document is going to be updated in your Google Drive. So this has a Google Drive trigger, which says when the document has been modified or changed within your Google Drive, it's automatically going to take that information, download the Excel spreadsheet, send it through the extractor so it could be in the right format for the Pinecone vector data store. And then it sends it to the Pinecone and logs the information into your one database. So now what we've done is we've taken the applicants from one or two positions and we've put it into one database that's the Pinecone vector store. And this is the one that is tied to the first agent right here. So this is where you're going to use this Pinecone vector store to call the entire database of resumes. Now, what's important to this is to make sure you have the CV analysis workflow run before you start using the AI agent to make sure you have it most up to date. So now there's one more thing we're going to do is the job creation. Without job creations, this makes no sense because you need to be able to post this. All right, so to first understand what this is doing, we will go to the job posting agent. This job posting agent, I don't have to spend that much time into it. I do want to remind you, if you just go to the Google Drive, you can download these for free and then shoot me any questions you have or comment below, and I will resolve any issues you have. So first we have Telegram. Hook up your Telegram. It is very simple. But what's important is about this is your agent. I want to open up the agent, and now you have your expression here, and I want to show you what this is doing. So you can take a screenshot and you could rewrite this if you want to build it yourself, or you could download the entire JSON. But basically we're telling it it's an HR agent. The role is to manage job postings. We give it an objective. with the objective, it's going to collect the resumes. It's going to store the candidate's resume and the data analytics of the results into the Pinecone vector store. It's going to call the Pinecone vector store. We give it a few tools to use. And then at the end, it gives you analysis of that information. So with this complete, what this is telling it is you are an HR expert. Use this Pinecone store to do analysis on the HR as an HR expert on the resumes that have been submitted. It will do this through the OpenAI. Now, this is changeable. If you don't like OpenAI's analysis, you can change this to whichever AI model you want. So now that this is complete, this is a very simple AI agent. We're going to go into the detail of the CV analysis workflow. So first, I did mention you do want to update this to however you want to run this workflow. You can do it by a time-based trigger, but what you need to do is you need to work through the steps of the n8n agent building. I'm going to create a course where we're going through line by line. I'm just going to post it here on YouTube that teaches you how to create a workflow. A lot of times people jump in and they just start working. What you need to do is really draw out how you want to make this workflow work and what is the ultimate end state. So the next thing you want to do is your webhook. Webhook is going to tie into your website of where you're posting these roles, but that's pretty self-explanatory. I don't think I need to go into that. Another one that kind of, so the next node that we want to go into is the Google Sheets. So for the Google Sheets, we're going to use the HR CV screen. So that is going to be right here, HR CV screen. Essentially, what we need to capture and what the AI is going to parse out is the name of the candidate, their phone number, their email, the birthday, the education, job history, skills, summary, a vote yes for the person or a vote no, and then other considerations that you want to consider. Now, this is very similar to the single applicant. What we just did was we made it for multiple applicants. So now, as we continue through this, there's nothing you need to do. Just connect this, add it from where your Google Sheets is saved, and now we have it to multiple candidates. So what's different about this one and the multiple candidates? So this was the sheet for the single candidate. All we did was we took another tab down here for multiple candidate, and then we added the job ID. So now we have all that same information, but then it's going to add the job ID. The job ID is what you give the position for the multiple job roles. So this is going to make sense when we go into creating multiple job listings. So now that we have that completed, we're going to send that information through the loop. And the loop is very important because what we're doing is on the multiple job candidates, we have a column where it's going to go through each one and it's going to tell you line by line which candidate is the best candidate for you. So now that this is going through, we add in the extract from a PDF. We're going to extract from a PDF, and instead of a PDF, we want to change this to a CSV. And now it's going to be the CV resume. It's going to send that CV resume to these AI systems right here. So now we have one that's assessing the personal data. It's going to take out any personal data and it's going to allow it to analyze it. So here we have the object types, phone number, city, birthday, and then we prompt it with you're an expert in extraction algorithm. Only extract relevant information from the text. If you do not know the value of the attribute asked to extract, you may omit the attribute's value. So now we do that for the personal data and we do that for qualifications. So what we're doing is we're parsing out that resume into different sections so that the AI can analyze it on its own. So then we take those two informations, we merge them together so that we have one common data stream of information coming through. And we're going to move to the summarization chain. Now what this is going to do is it's going to create that summary, this column I. So it's going to summarize their resume. You ask it a question like summarize this person's resume, it will already have that information for you. So the next thing, it's going to go through an edit node. That edit node is going to characterize the entire profile, and then we send it to an HR expert. Here's what the HR expert is going to do. It takes the profile wanted along with the summarization chain, and it's going to send that through to the Google Sheet. It's going to send that through to the Google Sheet. The information is then sent to that same Google Sheet. It updates that row of information, and this workflow is completed. So I hope this is adding some value. Let me know what you think. So the next thing is we're going to go through the actual job creation. So again, modify this trigger. We have a Google Sheet here. And in this Google Sheet, what we will do is we will go to multiple job postings, sheet 1. So now we have, in the past video, we were listing them as one job posting and we weren't working through multiple job postings. Now what we did was we created these different Google Sheet. And in this Google Sheet, we have the job ID. So you want to start off by giving each job title a new job ID. And now you can give all this information to the AI. And you can continue to make this as many jobs as you want, or you can have multiple jobs and post them. But moving into the next node, what the next node is going to do is it's going to filter out. So that filter is going to go to multiple job postings. And if it says posted here, it's going to say no, it's going to post this. It's going to create the posting. It's going to send it through. And once this one row of information is sent through, it goes through the AI model. So that one row of information gets sent to this model. And we tell it that you are an HR job specialist. You're based on the following structure. Now, these are all red because I changed it from job posting single to job posting multiple. So I would have to go in and update this. So I will update this before it gets sent out to you. But essentially, this is taking all of those rows of information that we have here, and it's going to post it so that the AI can create a professional job resume for you. So it can create a professional job posting for you. Once this is completed, that's going to send another message to, it's going to send that job posting to another AI, and that AI is going to analyze the job to see what it is. And it's not going to repost the job, but what it's going to do is it's going to create a promotional post for the job for a person. So you could say like, hey, we're hiring for a senior data analyst at this location, and it's going to analyze all that to say why someone should work there. And then it'll send that information to LinkedIn. On the other side is it goes down here, and it's going to take the job posting, and this is going to break it out for each position. So what I mean by that is it's going to break out each one of these. It's going to break out each column of what your website is looking for, and it's going to parse that out so that you can post this job. So when you have this, it's going to split that out, because what you need is you need each string of data to be separated and parsed out so that it can pass it through to specific parts of the website. Once that's complete, you post it to your website, and then it goes back to your Google Sheets. What will happen is this will turn to a yes. And then if you notice on the workflow, it goes back to the beginning, and then it reads the next one that says no. If it got to this one where it said yes, it would skip that one and go to the next one. And if all of these were yes, it would not read anymore. It will not post anymore, and this will be completed. So again, I want to thank everyone for your time. Don't forget, like and subscribe. I appreciate it. It does help the algorithm. And more importantly, join my Patreon. I'm going to start posting slick sheets, things here that will help develop agents for everyone and help drive everyone on our team. If you need any help with any workflows, reach out to me at insidethealgorithm1@gmail.com. I appreciate your time. I'm the Data Doc. Bye-bye.